The warehouse beneath the border. I was 16 when I disappeared. Not the kind of disappearance that ends up on the news for a week and then fades away. The kind where people stop looking because nobody knows where to start. One moment I was walking home. The next, my entire life was gone. I remember the van, the sliding door, the smell of gasoline and old sweat. Someone grabbed me from behind before I could even turn around. A cloth was shoved over my mouth. I fought, kicked, screamed. Nobody heard me. The world faded to black. When I woke up, I was lying on a dirty floor. The room was dark, concrete walls, metal bars. At first, I thought I was dreaming. Then I heard crying, dozens of people, men, women, kids. Some younger than me. Some looked like they hadn't slept in weeks. The boy beside me stared at the floor. His face was bruised purple. "What is this place?" I whispered. He looked up slowly. His eyes were empty. "Don't talk." That was all he said. Hours later, the door opened. 3 men walked in. Nobody looked at them. Nobody moved. The men carried bats. One of them pointed at a woman sitting against the wall. "Stand." She didn't move fast enough. The bat struck her ribs. The crack echoed through the room. Everyone flinched. Nobody said a word. "Stand when you're told." The man smiled. The woman struggled to her feet. Blood dripped from her mouth. That was my first lesson. Obey or suffer. Days passed, maybe weeks. It was impossible to tell. There were no windows, no clocks, no sunlight, only darkness and fear. Every morning they counted us. Every night they counted us again. If somebody was missing, everyone got punished. No food, no water, beatings, sometimes worse. People tried escaping. They never made it. The first was a man in his 20s. He waited until one of the guards opened a door. Then he ran. I remember the hope on his face, the pure desperation. For a second, I thought he might actually do it. Then I heard gunshots, 3 loud cracks, silence. The guards dragged his body past us later. Nobody looked, nobody cried. Everyone just stared at the floor. The message was clear. There was nowhere to run. The underground warehouse stretched farther than anyone knew. One day I was forced to help move boxes. That was when I saw how massive it really was. Long tunnels, steel doors, storage rooms. Generators humming in the darkness, hundreds of people, maybe more. All hidden beneath an abandoned industrial building. The place felt like a city built for nightmares. Every day I saw people break. A father separated from his daughter. A teenage girl begging to go home. A little boy crying for his mother until his voice disappeared. The guards enjoyed it. Fear was their weapon. They wanted everyone hopeless, broken, easier to control. One night, I met a man named Carlos. He looked about 40, gray hair, scar across his cheek. Unlike everyone else, he still had fight left in him. "You want to survive?" he asked. I nodded. "Then don't let them take your mind." "What do you mean?" "They already took our freedom." His voice was barely above a whisper. "Don't let them take who you are." Carlos became like a father to me. We talked whenever guards weren't around. He told stories about his family, his wife, his son, his home. I told him about school, my friends, my dog. Anything to remember my old life. Anything to stay human. Then one morning, Carlos was gone. His sleeping spot was empty. Nobody knew where he'd been taken. Nobody ever saw him again. That hurt worse than the beatings, because deep down I knew the truth. He wasn't coming back. Months passed. At least I think it was months. My body grew thinner. My face looked older. The kid I used to be felt like someone else. Every day I wondered if my family still searched for me. Every day I wondered if I was already forgotten. Then something changed. The guards became nervous. I noticed it immediately. They whispered constantly, held meetings, moved boxes around, destroyed papers, burned documents. Something was wrong, and they knew it. That night I heard shouting from one of the tunnels, then a loud bang, then another. The guards ran past our holding room. One of them looked terrified. For the first time ever, terrified. The lights suddenly died. Darkness swallowed everything. People screamed. The warehouse shook, then boom. A massive explosion somewhere above us. Dust rained from the ceiling. The entire building trembled. More shouting, gunfire, so much gunfire. The prisoners huddled together. Nobody knew what was happening. Then I heard a voice. A voice I'd never heard before. Federal agents. Another explosion. Doors crashing open. People yelling commands. The sound moved closer, closer, closer. The guards panicked. One burst into our room carrying a rifle. His hands shook. He looked around wildly. like a trapped animal. Then gunfire erupted outside. The guards spun toward the doorway. The door exploded inward. Flashlights blinded us. Men in tactical gear flooded the room, weapons raised, FBI. The letters were bright on their uniforms. One agent shouted, "Get down." The guard tried to run. He never made it 3 steps before agents tackled him. The room erupted into cries. People sobbed, some screamed. Others simply collapsed. They couldn't believe it, neither could I, after everything. Someone had finally found us. An agent knelt beside me. I remember his voice calm, steady. "It's over." I stared at him, unable to speak. "It's okay." He placed a hand on my shoulder. "You're safe now, safe." I hadn't heard that word in forever. As we were escorted out, I saw the warehouse one final time. The tunnels, the cages, the darkness. Everything that had haunted me for so long. Agents were everywhere, arresting guards, helping survivors, clearing rooms. The nightmare was ending. Then I saw sunlight, real sunlight. For the first time in what felt like years, it hurt my eyes. I almost cried. The warmth felt unreal, like something I'd imagined. Outside, ambulances lined the property. Helicopters circled overhead. Police cars filled the road. The abandoned factory that hid our prison was surrounded. There was nowhere left for the traffickers to run. A woman rushed toward me. At first, I didn't recognize her. She looked older, tired, broken. Then she started crying, and I knew Mom. She wrapped her arms around me. Neither of us could speak. We just stood there, holding on, refusing to let go. Years later, I still remember that place, the screams, the darkness, the fear. Some nights I wake up sweating because I hear those metal doors again. Some scars never disappear, but I'm alive, many of us are. And every time I see the sun rise, I remember the words the FBI agent told me that day. "It's over, you're safe now." For a long time, I never believed I'd hear those words again.